Hello everyone, Nilta here, back to you with another episode on my channel. So today I'm installing a Fishman preamp for a classical guitar. This is a beautiful, very rare, ultra rare Giannini made in 1975 from solid spruce top from Madeira Islands, Jacaranda, Brazilian Jacaranda, which is very good wood, and the fretboard here is made from pau ferro, which is a very hard wood. This guitar is going to a Korean K-pop studio, so if you hear the next Korean pop and you hear a classical guitar, this could be the one. Anyway, some people asked me whether I install pickups or preamps on a classical guitar. Yes, I do. And what types? I'm going to show you the types and how I go about doing it to get a real good job. And thank you guys for sending me down your guitars to install the pickup, even the ones from overseas, because you guys trust me so much. I can't believe it. Anyway, here we go. So when it comes to pickup, there's different types. Okay, these are the three most popular ones that I install. This is a Fishman Sonotone, and it's one of the favorites for classical musician, classical guitarist, because it's hidden, it's discreet. It goes to the sound here like that, and you cannot tell it is actually an electric classical guitar until you see someone plugging a jack in there. Yeah, so this is very popular one, Sonotone, discreet. And also classical guitarists like it because it's very simple to use. All it has is a volume wheel and a tone wheel. Yeah, so like the old radio, AM radio or FM radio, you had a tone like on the guitar, actually on the electric guitar, where you dial in your favorite tone. So it scoops, it sweeps from left to right, bass, mid, treble, and it's all in a single band, so it's very easy to use. The second one, which people request a lot, is this one, the Fishman ICS Plus, and this is very simple, and most people prefer this one compared to the more complicated one here, because again, it's simple to use and it does the job. This one here has a piezoelectric pickup which goes under the saddle here. Yeah, same thing as this one here is a Sonotone, and it's got your built-in tuner, volume knob, it's got the bass control, the treble control, and the phase button, which is very useful for when you go on the stage, play live sound, very loud sound, and you get feedback. You press that and it kills the feedback. It's like a feedback killer. Okay, so there's the phase button there. Now the other one which I'm installing on this guitar today is the Fishman 301. This is a good one because it's got the best of both worlds. It's got a built-in good quality condenser microphone. Yeah, it's a condenser microphone, so you get the real sound of the acoustic guitar or the classical guitar, and it also has a under saddle pickup. It goes under here, so you can blend between the acoustic sound, the original sound of the guitar, with the electric sound of the guitar. By electric, I mean that this pickup will only amplify the strings. Okay, so you were to turn to this setting and tap on the body, you can't hear it. It will only amplify the strings like an electric guitar. While on the microphone here, if you turn to the microphone setting and you tap the body, you'll be able to hear it. Yeah, you hear the acoustic, the whole sound of the guitar. And the beauty of this system is that you can blend between the two. You can get the electric sound of the string and the acoustic sound of the overall body. Now, this one also is a favorite with people who play loop pedals, because what we do is they turn to the microphone setting. Yeah, so here, microphone setting, tap the body to emulate the drums, record in a loop pedal, so it sounds like a real drum. Yeah, and then turn it to the string setting there and play the solo on it, and they don't get any feedback that way. So it's the best of both worlds. The good thing about this Fishman 301 is it's got, again, a volume control. It's got a built-in tuner, which is very handy when you're on stage. And there's of course this one here, the Sonitone, which only has one EQ control. The R6 Plus has two EQ control, which is the bass and the treble. The 301 has three controls in one. So you got the bass, the middle, and the treble. My voice is reverberating here. Yeah. And on top of that, it's got a notch function. A notch is taking the best of these three settings, and then you can bring it up or down. It's like your MSG in the food cooking. It could be your pepper or your chili to make it more spicy. So the notch there. And then you got the mic blend, which will blend between the two settings, the acoustic and the electric. And then you got a phase button like the other one on here. It will help kill the feedback. Yeah. So I'm going to be installing this one here today. So I might speed up. Probably this is the first time I'm going to edit the video because it's going to be long videos. So I'm going to cut and speed up the videos and show you the end, and try to keep the video down to about 15 minutes rather than an hour, 2 hours. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. The first thing we do is we have to take all the strings off. And let me take this label off as well. This guitar, as I mentioned earlier, is going to a Korean K-pop studio. Giannini, made in 1975. Is it focus there? Oh, beautiful and rare guitar. Okay. Next thing is take the strings off, and get the help of my little friend here. These strings are good, still good, so I'm gonna reuse them again. Normally when I do a job, I replace the new string entirely. Again, it depends on the customers. You know, some customer might have just installed a new string on it, so we might reuse it. But in most cases, I suggest them to just get a new set. String nowadays is so cheap compared to the old days. I remember when I was at university back in 1990, doing music at the University of Melbourne. I had to change string every 2 weeks because I used to play so much. You know, the requirement at uni was at least 6 hours a day of practice on top of doing all your assignments, or the history assignment, music technique, oral training, and all that. And it was very hard to find time to practice. So I would get up in the morning, early morning, 5-6 o'clock, get a guitar and go to the laundry or go into the bathroom and practice and not disturb anyone. And then pack the guitar, have breakfast, and then jump on the bus, take the bus, go to the train station. And on the train, if there's not many people, if it's not crowded, normally the later sessions, after 9 o'clock, the trains are very quiet because people go to work already. So I would take my guitar out and practice on the train again, and keep practicing. And you either practice and pass, or you don't practice and you fail. And like at university, it was tough because all the subjects, lecturer was just giving you homework and work without knowing how much work you had. Because, for example, for music history, the lecturer would say, okay, read this book for next week. And then the music technique guy said, okay, read another book for next week, without realizing that we have so many books to read for the next lesson. So it's good training. It was good training, but and we had very little time to practice, but also to change the strings. And I was able to change the whole set of strings. Okay, in about 90 seconds, which is like, and I did so often, which you get used to it after the speed. Sometimes the work's not done properly, but you haven't got the time, just have to change it. And I spent so much money on the strings. I tried all sorts of strings, from Diodarius to Severus to what is that? Augustine, and so on. And okay, here we go. So remove an O like this, and O, put in a bundle, and put it away. I'm gonna put some sticky tape like this from here, like this right here, and stick them somewhere to reuse them later. Yeah, those are good strings. Yeah, they're just being installed recently. Okay, now the trick of doing a good job when installing the underside pickup is this. Oops. Ooh. Okay, let me see. Let me just remove this one here. This is typical Brazilian guitar. The Brazilian guitars don't have your standard saddle. They have a very wide saddle, like the Giannini, in this case, and the Giorgio guitars. Their bridge and the saddle is very long, very long. Look at the standard. Okay, this is a standard saddle. Look, see, it's way shorter. Yeah, and people send me messages say, Neil, where do I go and find a saddle to replace my Brazilian guitar? I said, you just have to make it. Okay, and you can't make it, I make it for you, but give me the measurement. So that's the difference there. So when you install a pickup, it's also challenging, and it's just so typical. I'm laughing because I see all the time. What I do is I keep the nut floating so I don't glue it, so I can replace the nut anytime according to the strings gauge. And this one too, I have 2 or 3 saddles for the same guitar, depending on the height of the strings. Okay, these people, I put super glue there, so you can't remove it. Yeah. So let's see. Let me see. Let's remove it. It's so typical of the Brazilian people. There. Okay. Luckily, it came off. Okay. So this is a long, very long saddle compared to your standard saddle. See the difference? Anyway, we're gonna reuse this. Now the trick of doing a good job here is that, and I end up fixing so many guitars, damaged guitars, because they don't do it properly at the factory, or the luthier, whoever luthier people get, don't do it properly. I'll show you the reason why. So you see the groove here, the groove where the saddle goes in. Yeah, that's where the saddle goes in, the groove there. Yeah. Hopefully you can focus in. Can you get the camera focus? Okay. Anyway, it's about 1.5 millimeters, so it's very shallow. The saddle pickup itself is, let me measure it for you, is 2 millimeters already, while the thickness, the depth of the thing here is 3.5. So 3.5 millimeter the depth of the groove there, and this was already the pickup's already 2 millimeters already, so you only get 1.5 millimeters for the saddle to sit on, so it won't be secure. So if you put here temporarily, I will show you. You see it? See, it wobbles. It won't hold. See, got nothing to it, nothing to sit on. When the string goes on and the pressure press it down, it will either tilt this way so the intonation goes out. Let me turn the cross section there. Okay, this is a bit finicky here, and I only got one camera, so see here. Yeah, so put the string. This one might fly towards the hole here. Yeah, and also by doing that, we put a lot of pressure on the this side of the saddle, and most of them would just crack and fly away. So we have to replace the whole bridge, and it's very costly and time consuming. So to do a good job, what we have to do is we have to let me Okay, we have to cut the groove here deeper, at least the same thickness of the pickup. Okay, so the pickup sits down deeper, so this one can sit down properly, same height as it was before. Does that make sense? Okay, most of the installers, what we do is we just drill a hole in there and put the pickup in there like that, then stick the solder on top, stick the solder on top like this. Yeah, of course it won't be a good job because it's gonna break anyway, and also the action is changed because it's now at the saddle is 2 millimeters higher. Yeah, so we don't want that. So to do a proper job takes a long time, but it's worthwhile. Yeah, okay, and again, you get what you pay for. So you pay for a cheap job, you get a cheap job. You pay for a good amount of money, you get a proper job. Yeah, it's just time and effort that goes in it. Okay, let's do it. But first thing we're going to do is cut the hole to sit the whole preamp in here. Normally on expensive guitar and rare guitar like this one here, I wouldn't do that. I said, look, get a guitar, cheaper guitar, and install a preamp on it. This one is priceless. You can't buy it. So I tell people, buy 2 guitars. One good one, solid wood, solid top, and use it acoustically. And another one, buy a cheaper one to install this. Yeah, but the customer wants done, so the customer is always right, and you do what the customer asks because you know that's what he wants. Anyway, so now the next thing, the next issue with people face all the time is they just get a preamp and then cut any hole and stick to it. The issue in here is that the bout of the guitar is curved. See, it's curved, and the preamp is flat, right? So it won't stick properly because it's flat. Yeah. So the best template you can ever get is to get another one of these. Expensive, but it's best thing, and remove the parts and use it as a template. Best way. Okay. Now this one here, then you have to go and find where it fits properly. So where it's flat. So you go there and find it. Yeah, go and find it. And in this guitar is somewhere here. It's perfectly flat. So you know it's gonna be installed properly here. So somewhere here. Yeah, so it won't move. It's flat there. So this area is flat. It's supposed to here where it moves. Yeah, there. So that's the best position for this preamp here. Yeah. So to do that, we always protect the guitar. So somewhere here. Like that. Now the masking tape here also prevents the wood and the finisher from cracking or splitting or chipping like that. So it's time consuming, but hey, you want to do a proper job, you take your time. And I always tell the customers, look, what is your budget? Always, how much you want to spend? You know? Yeah. Sometimes people want to install preamp onto guitar, cheap guitars, and I tell them it's not worth it because the preamp costs more than the guitar. But sometimes people go ahead and say, hey, go ahead, I do it for sentimental value. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so here, let's find where this one sits. And I'm gonna get a marker here, somewhere here. Okay, so to put it perfectly as a center, I use a caliper. Let me measure. Its thickness is 98.6 and 97. Okay. Beautiful. So the center is here. The center of the thickness of the guitar is there. So it's at 49 and 49, perfectly there. Once I get the center, I put a template down there, and my template has already got marks. Actually, I'm gonna do on this side as well. Centers here. Okay, so template, put it there, align it, make sure it's flat. Like that. And trace the inside of it. Beautiful. Then, so you got a rough contour of where of the hole, size hole, and where the hole is gonna sit on, like that, perfectly in the middle, in the center. Yeah. Let me see. Yep, perfect, like that. So I'm gonna cut it now. Again, there's several ways of cutting it. Where's my cutter? I'm gonna get it. Give me a second. The fastest way to cut is to use an electric cutter, electric saw, and it's rough, so it goes. We don't want to do that. Yeah. Again, it depends on the job. Doesn't mean this is a bad method. It depends on the job. Sometimes you need to use this, sometimes you don't. But on priceless and valuable guitars, I would do it by hand. So I would. It's gonna take a while, but I would. Get my trusty ruler there. Get a bit there, like that, and I would. This is to avoid the wood from splitting. Okay, I would make holes through as many holes as possible around, and then with a saw cut it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it around. So excuse the camera angle. It's just a bit awkward to hold a guitar and make sure it's in the camera. So I would do something like this. Now, it is much faster to use a saw, but again, do you want to risk it? I wouldn't risk it. You take your time and do a proper job by hand. You get the best control by doing it by hand. If it was to do this with the electric saw, we done already. Yeah, like zzz, 4 lines is done, but we take our time. Okay, here we go. I forgot. The other method to do it is to use a router, which is like this here, like this. Put in there, where template goes. It would take maybe less than half a minute, but again, it's machine. It's very rough. We don't want to use that. It's very rough. So again, by hand is the best method. Okay, now I'll drill the holes. Now this is how it looks like. Yeah, like that. I've minimized the risk of the wood splitting and breaking. Then, now this is not, doesn't mean this is the ultimate method. No, it depends on the guitar, on the customers, on the type of the wood, and then etc. So this is the longest way, but the safest way. Okay, I do this with expensive guitars. Okay, now for standard guitar, I use the router. It's faster. And even cheaper guitar, I just use the electric cutter. 4 cuts and it's done. But this one here takes a while. Okay, so I'm gonna put the saw in and cut it like this by hand. So I have the best control. Done. Ta-da! The wood is protected, no chip, nothing at all. No breaks, no cracks, nothing. Yeah, so that's how you do it. I'm gonna take the other piece out. Take that out. Yeah, keep it for souvenir. Now, next thing you do is get the template and put in and then adjust it. So it's a bit too thick there. Yeah, so I have to cut it more to make sure it fits. Now to do that, I use the Dremel here to sand it down. Okay, like this. This one here. Like that, and I'm gonna sand it all down like that, and then I'll do it by hand afterwards. Okay, so here we go. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, that's how roughly where it's gonna go, right there. So there's no risk of chipping it or damaging the wood in any way. Just let me take this sandpaper and clean around it. Extra care, especially if it was solid wood, you take extra care. Let's see. Beautiful over here. Smooth, like a baby's bottom. Just kidding. Okay, so it's all smooth, there's no chip, nothing there. Make sure everything is clean. Then what I do is I would seal it. Where's the thing here? I will seal it so it's protected as well. Seal the wood. Nicely sealed. Done. Now I'll get the extra preamp, put it there, make sure it fits and opens up easily. Now there, let's see, it opens up. So this is where it's going to be. Again, double check. triple check. More. Make sure you open and close easily. Yep, so there is where the screws are going to be. Beautiful. So there are 4 markers there. Now we don't drill the hole straight into the wood. We pre-drill it. Where is it here? Yeah. That's enough. Not the whole way through. Okay, next you gotta do the saddle here, and that takes some time because it's the most difficult part of the whole thing. Okay, now some guitars I do by hand using with an engraver. I just go there, go zzz, cut it all because the slot is so thin. You need something thin like that, and it depends on the guitar. Okay, but on this guitar I'm gonna be using the template I made. So I'm gonna be using the template here, a jig like that, there, and use the router to route it. Yes, I'm gonna set it up. I might speed it up the process, fast forward, and then go back to normal speed when I'm done. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I got the right position. Takes a while to set it up, but you can get a perfect cut by doing this way. Okay, now the next to do is to measure to increase the groove, the cut down to 2 millimeters. Yeah, so let's see. Let's do that. Lower this one down to 2 millimeters. Let's see. Okay, let's go. First cut. Slowly, slowly. So that was the first pass. I'm gonna go back and do it again. Okay. Let's clean this a bit. so we can see what we're doing. Okay, first pass, now we're going to go back to the second pass, and so on. This one here will give you a perfect bedding for the pickup to sit on, so you don't hear discrepancy between the strings. Some guitars like this one here, some guitars actually I should say, they pick up, the bedding of the pickup is not straight, so it'll be uneven, so the sound will come through each string is different. So some strings are louder than the others, and by doing this way you get a perfect sounding. Okay, second pass. Done. As you can see, it will move. Yeah. Now, it ensures that the bedding of the saddle is completely flat, so that you get an even, uniform sound. Okay, here we go. Clean all that up. I'm gonna save the dust. The dust is very valuable. It's Brazilian rosewood, and I use it for fixing other guitars. Okay, here we go. This very expensive dust, Brazilian rosewood dust. Here we go. Okay, let's move on. Let's take the clamps off. Now the guitar is protected by these cork pieces. Yeah, always protect the guitar, so there's no damage to it. I'm gonna give it a good clean later. Now it's, once it's done, I'm gonna go back by hand and make sure clean it up a bit by hand. Always takes extra care. And this is what you get in the factory, but don't put as much care as we do here, so the sound is not as good. Beautiful, smooth. Can you hear it? Very smooth. Okay, that's this one here. Beautiful. Exactly 2 mil, which will fit into here. Put this one here, there. Put this on top. Just at the original height. Good job. And it's got a good depth for the sound to sit. See? You see? So it's, yeah. Okay. Let's go back. Now we're gonna have to drill. You have to drill the end pin here. This one here, for this one here. yeah, this in here to go on the back here, there. And the process is basically the same. So we measure it. Okay, let's open up. Measure this thing here. 10. So it'll be 5. Somewhere here. 5. There. Make sure it's double check on the other side. There. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so that was here. Oop. Perfect center. Right there. Perfect center. Yeah. So to prevent any damages, which is save a lot of time if you do carefully, you drill a small hole through here first with a small drill, 2 mil. That's 2 mil. Now replace it with a 4 mil. Done. Now go with the bigger one. You go up incrementally, one step at a time, to prevent any damage. There. This process takes longer, but you get better results. Again, time is the main thing. Take your time to do things, and you'll be alright. Yep, and so on. Then, to get the size of the pin here, you need a bigger one. Bigger drill. This one here. Yeah. So it's a 12 mil here. There. Beautiful hole, no damages, perfectly cut. That's it. Now, next thing we do is we put it all together, install the whole thing. So, this one here. Now I've shown how to install the pin in the previous video because a few people had problem with that. Okay, take everything off like this. Take the cover, the nut, and a washer. Now, the way you adjust this thickness of the length of the pin here depends on how thick the wood here, the block of wood here it is. And to do that, I've shown in the previous video already, you would measure it precisely with a very advanced gadget which I have created. Okay, very expensive, advanced technology. Take a piece of metal like this one here. This guy is just an offcut of a string. Yeah, bend it at 90 degrees. You stick in a hole here, and you pull, and you find the thickness, the exact thickness of the wood, block of wood there. This case happens to be this long, so you measure it from here to there, that, and you adjust the nut here at the end to make sure it's somewhere there approximately. Yeah, so that's how you measure it. Now you do your pen. Take the lid, put into a hole here, and here, even to the parts where you don't see, put in there, drop it all the way in, and out this way here, like that. So you got your cable. Now, this one here, you go into, before we do that, I forgot one thing, very important thing, was go too fast ahead. You got to drill the hole for the pickup. the pickup here is gonna go here like this, okay, and the sixth string is right here, right? So you have to drill the hole somewhere between the beginning of this block here and there. Now don't drill too close, because then there's a lot of pressure on the string there, down fourth string, and the bass are much louder compared to the sixth string, are much louder compared to the other. So drill a bit further this way, somewhere between the hole, the sixth string, and the block wood here, where it ends, yeah. And then, so in this case, it'll be somewhere here between, like that. Measure it. Oh, let's double check. Yep. Now, the trick is when the pickup here, we go through the hole and we bend this one at 90 degree angle. See, it's never 90 degrees, it's a bit curved. See, or curved. So you have to make sure you make a slope, a round slope in the hole here. So drill a bit this way here to create a slight slope this way here, like that. There. That way, when you put the pickup in, you got that natural bend like that, yeah. So you don't force on bracket, and the pressure is distributed evenly, like curve like that, yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Put the whole thing there. Now this is very important. The dented washer, this is gonna hold it against the end guitar there. In the previous video, I did I fixed this, and it was missing on in the original guitar. That's why the screw was turning all the way. Anyway, yeah, put into here, like that, and you put the thing there like that. And guess what you do? You just pull this one with the other end back, and it will follow through. Yeah. Very simple. Now this one here, we go into here and go through the hole here. Now sometimes you can't find a hole, you just get the piece of metal, put through there, like that, and you can feel it. Ah, there it is, yeah. So, and you put it through the hole there, like that. Beautiful, see? The pickup comes through, goes down like that, and it contours to the curve we just done perfectly. There, no need to set up again. No need to do it's exactly the same height as it was originally. Beautiful. So I'm gonna put us to hold it there. I'm gonna put some. Oops, there. Here we go. And stick here so it doesn't go away. Done. Now this one goes back into here, so we're gonna pull the red guitar lead across like that. Beautiful. Nicely done. Okay. Now got to take this one off. Put the washer in first. Can you guys see it? There. Then put a screw in. Don't push too hard, otherwise the pin's gonna come back into the guitar. Screw it back there. Now to tighten it, there's a trick to tighten this one so it doesn't come off again. And it happens all the time with guitars at this end pin like that. So you got the end pin here has a hole and hold through there like that. Yeah. So what you do, you use something pointed like this, put it there, hold it steady, and then you would tighten the nut there. It's very tight already. Very, very tight. Okay, double check just to make sure. Very, very tight. It won't come up again. Okay, so this the pin there. The next thing is sort of cover. Yep. Now, with some guitar straps, right? The hole here is small, so what you do, you have to cut the hole here bigger to fit the size here. Some people don't, so when you put it in, there's a lot of pressure there. So when you move, it would untie or unscrew this one here. And if the pins are fixed properly from inside like we've done before, the whole thing will turn and will break the leads. Okay, but to make sure it's really, really tight, right? To avoid even a non-customized strap to stop it from turning, this is what we do. We take the magical cloth, which I just put somewhere here. See, it's magical, so magical. I can't find it. Where is it? Okay, where are you, magical cloth? This one is magical. It's the other one. So you take a piece of cloth here, that, and pair of pliers. So what you do is you cover the ink pin there, cover it like that. Take a pair of pliers and you would tighten it even more. Yeah, the cloth will stop the end pin from getting damaged, the cover from getting damaged. And can you hear it? It's very, very tight already. Very, very tight. Again, beautiful. It's that. Now, this one here. There's some sharp edges here. Let me just warm it up. Some sharp edges. So, although it's not sharp enough to cut anything, you can still feel your fingers. So, make it comfortable. The guitar is supposed to be comfortable to play, to hold, and to feel. And I do this for all the frets, for guitar frets. I go through and feel all the frets and then level them out, finish them out, so feel smooth. That's what you get with extra care. So the end pin is done there, all done. Now the other thing we have to do is, one of the things to do is to fix this preamp there, like that. Yeah, like that. We have pre-drilled the holes already, so it's gonna be an easy job. So I remove the sticks, the masking tape here carefully. Voila. Very nice. Now put this one here like that, and screw in first temporarily through the holes we pre-drilled before. One, only halfway through first. Two. 3, and Cool. Okay. Double check, make sure it can open up. Yep, and close. Beautiful. Now, the this is the secret, guys. Now, in the factories or what you get with lazy installers is that they just screw the 4 screw in there and that's it. But that's not very strong because the wood might give up. So you have to put these brackets behind it. Small work, but it's safe. So put the brackets behind the screws there. Yeah. So you got to do all that. So you have to put your hand in there. That's not. Otherwise, it's the only way is to do the hard work. Don't cut corners. So I'm gonna put the first one in first. Yep. Behind the screw. It's a tough job, and you got big hands, and you can't really get there. And I understand the reason why people don't do it because it's just too difficult. Okay. Done. Beautiful. It'll never come off because it's got the brackets behind it. Yeah, and also it contours to the curve of the guitar there, so it's easy to open and close. Nice. Okay, so next thing we do is to install the strings and put a battery in it. I'm gonna go and get a battery. Okay, so I'm gonna bring your battery. Put in here. Make sure you get the right polarity, the correct polarity. There. Close it. And yep, it's coming up. It's good. Okay, turn it off. Now we have to install the strings. Before we install the string, I forgot about this one here. This one here is used for tightening down the cable inside, like that, so that when you wiggle it, it doesn't hit the guitar and make noise like this. Yeah, but I don't use this. I use better ones. Yeah, got it. Here we are. So I use this one here, which are cable holders. Okay, and it comes with the adhesive. Now the beauty of this is that it's got the hook here, so you can put the cable in. It would hold it tight, but you can also remove it easily if you want to do service on it. Wow, the original one there, it comes with a cable tie, right? And it's dead, it's locked, so you can't remove it. So this is a better solution. Okay, so I'm gonna go here on the side. Also remove by pulling this thing here, you can remove it from the guitar. It's not permanent. One there, and then so we're gonna go back to here, tidy up our cables so we don't wiggle, don't make noise. 1, 2 cables. Yep, and then you would put the small one in first, then to hold it. Stick that somewhere, find a good location for it. Normally I would stick it on the top here, and somewhere, let me find a good location. Maybe there. Okay, so I have to remove the peel of the sticker. That one there. Yeah. Up and stick it against the in there. Press it down hard. There, and you can tidy up the string, the cable more later. Done. Okay. So next we're gonna do the strings. Yeah. Before install the string is this one here. Yeah, like that. Cleaning it inside and vacuuming it. All the dust is fell into the inside. Now, it might not be much, but it's very important. Artistically, musically, philosophically, lively, whatever you want to put it, if you get a beautiful girlfriend such as this one here, clean, nice, you want to spend more time with her, obviously. So make sure you clean her all out. Even if it's just for yourself, just do it. So shake it, make sure all the dust come out. Let's fix the cable that later. And we're gonna vacuum it all out like this. One last step. Beautiful. Smells nice too. So spend time taking care of the guitar, because that's gonna give you so much pleasure. You're like a beautiful girlfriend, clean and presentable and beautiful. Then you want to spend time with her, obviously. Now let's put some strings on. Now I'm gonna go and get the strings. Okay, so the strings are here. Now this is important. Now these strings are pretty new. They just been tarnished, means you leave in the open, and the oxygen would tarnish, would have a chemical reaction with the silver on the string, especially on the bass strings. I'll show you. So it looks old, but it's not old. I'll show you. So before installing it, just give it a good wipe. So you can just see it, put the light there. Yeah. So it's yellowish, brownish, tarnished. So it doesn't take much to make it look new again. So just take a cloth. I'm gonna show you what a transformation would be. Microfiber cloth. Yeah, you can see it's brownish, dark, and just wipe it. Wipe it like this. See the difference already? And then again. Now look at this. See? Two sides. This is like silver color. This is darker. See? See the difference? If you can see, let me put it closer. Up. Camera. Yeah, so white, silver, and brown. So it's wipe it. Wipe it a bit. Make sure it's nice and clean, and put it back in. Also, some people ask me, how do you tie the strings, the classic guitar strings? And I might have to make a video about that, because there's several ways of tying the strings, depending on the bridge here, on the type of strings, and the type you want to do it. So let's put this one back. Give me a second. So start with this. Always start with the 6 strings. Okay. And here we go. Take this one off. Don't need to do the action, because the action is just exactly the same as before I cut the this lot. Okay, so put the thing here. I'm gonna do it quickly. I'll show you how to tie the string on a different video. Like something nice looking. I'll show you. I will take a old bank card or credit card or whatever card. I'll put it in here under there like that. Put a couple of tapes like that. Yeah, like that. So if the string was to slip, it won't damage the top. Yeah, easy, simple. Okay. Okay, now make sure everything looks good over here. Like that. And tighten. No fear of it slipping, because it's got a triple lock here. All the others got 2, but it has a triple lock because it's holding the second string, and it's small, it's easy to slip. So, but anyway, if it slips, you got this one to protect it. Once it's high tension and locked to place, it won't come off. Done. So that's it. I'm gonna tune it up for you for the customer later. Let me just move this one here. Now if you do it professionally, if you like me, before you hand it over to the customer, where's my magic cloth? All my magic cloth are gone. Okay, before you hand it to the customer, make sure you do, because here, all the loose end here, cut them off. Make them look nicer like this. Yeah. Like that. Always take extra care with whatever you do, especially the guitar and with the girlfriend. Like that. Something like that. And on top there as well. Then what you do is you would guitar polish, spray, avoid the strings, and then you would just this will protect the finish as well. The doorbell just rang before. I had to interrupt the video of this person, this customer came to pick up his guitar, and he was very happy with the extra work I've done for him. Just a little extra work, you know, an extra touch of care and attention, make the customer happy, and of course they're gonna come back to you again over time. Beautiful, like that. I do it roughly to show you, but see, beautiful guitar, nicely done. Now this is a priceless for me, 1975 Giannini guitar, made in May 1975, and it sounds beautiful. I'm gonna tune it up later and give it to the customer. Actually, send it out to the customer. It's going to a K-pop Korean studio, so I'm glad it's found a good home. So that's it for today, guys. Any comments, put a comment below. Any question, put a comment below. If you made it so far, give us a like, a thumb up, and subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna be doing quite a few videos now, but I've got a couple of weeks of break. Got festivals to organize, got 4 festivals coming up, so a lot of work there, and I got plenty of guitars to fix and to repair for people. We keep selling guitar and I haven't got time to do them all, but thank you for sticking around, thank you for the support, and see you in the next video. Bye.